you hear Turnpike Gardens, you know only one thing has occurred. The reason why you haven't put a shotgun in your mouth is back. It's the Mike Sasson Show live from the Mr. Smalls Theater here in beautiful Millvale, Pennsylvania. My name is Mike Sasson. I am your host for the next hour or so of just basically everything on my mind. And joining me on that journey is the greatest producer in the history of internet radio, the person that God said, you know what, I'm going to put you on this planet so that you can make a large, hairy man seem somewhat presentable to mankind. And of course, that's Alex Clemens. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about our great weekend here at Mr. Smalls Theater, about a great event that we hope becomes monthly because it was completely awesome as me and Alex hosted some great musicians here at Mr. Smalls right before the 10,000 Maniacs show. Also, we're going to be talking about the 30th anniversary of one of my favorite, if not my favorite albums of all time, Appetite for Destruction. That was a good thing. Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses, 30 years ago, last week, it was released. I tried to get Alex into GNR. Let's see if it worked. Hint, looks like it didn't. Also, we're going to have comedian Matt Light sit in for News and Notes. And this week on News and Notes, I found the dating app that I think I'm going to find the new Mrs. Sasson, or the first Mrs. Sasson. The new one. Well, there's been 3 or 4. The first Mrs. Sasson, it's a dating app that specifically finds you someone that hates everything that you hate. So we'll be talking about that. Also, we found a friend who shares everything with her friend, including her boyfriend's penis, which I think is
gave it away.
Which I believe is the sign of quality friendship. Again, you're listening to The River's Edge at www.riversedgepgh.com, or you're watching us on Facebook Live. I'm looking right at you into your souls. Anyways, also, you're listening to us on TuneIn Radio Live, or after the fact on many of the podcast formats. You're listening to us on Google Play, on SoundCloud, or on iTunes. Again, my name is Mike Sasson. That over there is producer extraordinaire Alex Clemens.
What's up?
What's up indeed. You know what was up with me this weekend? We're loving our new home here, Alex. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm loving the new home. What do you think of the new home?
I am also loving it.
Okay, that was very robotic of you. I am
Someone's
also
holding a gun up to my head.
We're on Facebook Live. No one is holding a gun to your head. Don't make people think that. Your mother listens to this show. Don't make her come to me and be like, why are you holding a gun to my little girl's head?
I love it here.
Okay. Now you do sound like I'm holding you hostage.
Trembling over here.
Mr. Sasson, I'm a big fan. All right. But this weekend, like everything else at the River's Edge, basically this is how things work at the River's Edge. We get offered to do something. Just like the Millvale Music Festival a couple months ago. We get offered to do something and go, hey, Mike, Alex, we need you to host something. And, you know, because me and Alex, our Saturday nights are basically empty for the next couple years.
Speak for yourself.
Anyways, we'll go over what you did afterwards if you want to. But basically after that, they say, hey, we're going to host this thing. We're trying to raise some money for the Millvale Music Festival. Me and Alex both, went on the air for our first anniversary special last week and talked about that it was the highlight of our first year here at the River's Edge was the Millvale Music Festival. So we said, absolutely, get us in there. We love it. We show up, and I didn't think that it was going to be that great because we show up. There's a little bar that I didn't even know about at Mr. Smalls.
I don't think a lot of people know about it. It's super cool.
Yeah, the War Room.
Yeah.
Which I think is a little too violent.
Yeah.
A little too violent for this place.
Well, I think it's like more because it seems like somewhere where you'd hide out during a war.
Then call it the hideout.
Because you can't. No, I like it. I like the War Room. I think it's intense and sweet.
But that's the thing. I don't think this place emanates intense and sweet.
I do.
This place is it's a beautiful place.
It's inside of like a little castle-looking thing. It is.
A what?
A castle-looking thing.
You mean a church?
No, I mean like the very part of where that room is.
Okay, but we go down and we'll discuss more. But I mean, essentially, we go into this room. They named it the War Room. I am personally putting my foot down and saying I personally think it should be renamed something a little bit more.
Well, it's a good
peaceful.
thing you're not in charge of naming things.
Really, I should be in charge of naming everything. If anybody knows, like, I've always wanted to be the guy who names like military equipment or military operations. You know, like they have Operation Desert Storm. Like somebody's job was to come up with that. That'd be a cool job for me. Operation Death Thunder. I would love doing that, and I do it in that voice.
Death Thunder.
Yeah. That'd be like when we invade Canada.
But War Room is not good.
The War Room. I'd like the Hideout.
That seems like you're on a beach or something.
Well, it's a beach of loveliness. That's what that place is. How about the Mr. Small's
I'm not going to agree with you on anything.
How about Alex's super cool room? How about that? We name it that.
Not even that.
Not even that.
Nope.
Okay. We'll discuss more. If you want, by the way, you could comment on my cool names, including Operation Death Thunder, which would be what I usually call any of my comedy sets. I nickname every one of my comedy sets like I'm invading your town. Operation Chubby Storm, you know, stuff like that.
Ew.
By the way, that's my third comedy album.
Ew.
Chubby Storm. Ew. Ew is right.
The first one is Mike doesn't need a mic.
And you think you can't name things. Anyways.
Right.
That's right. Anyway, so we show up to this place. It's the War Room. Cool room, bar. People are setting up, and so my expectations of this is kind of like, okay, this could get this. I don't know who's here. I don't know what there's. It just seems like there's nobody here. Whatever. But like everything else at the River's Edge, it blows me away. First and foremost, obviously, me and Alex bring the heat. That's what we do. We bring the funny. We are the greatest MCs in the history of the world. I mean, like, we're a tag team. There's a picture of us. Can you throw up the picture of us doing our Sears catalog photo? Mm-hmm. Because I think that's important to know that when you ever bring Alex and Mike to MC something, we really work on making sure we're the center of attention. That's really the most important thing, at least in my mind, to overshadow anybody else. That's what we do. And that was improv. That's what we have improv skills. That's how we do it.
Yes.
But eventually the acts come on. First and foremost, Thieves and Lovers come on. By the way, only one guy. The other guy was on vacation.
Yeah.
Again, I'm
pretty sure he was the drummer anyway, so it didn't matter because it was the acoustic show.
Hey.
No, it was an acoustic show. So
I understand, but don't try to rip drummers. Drummers are cool.
I'm not saying that they're not cool. I love drummers. I'm saying that it was an acoustic show, so he really wasn't needed that much.
Well, he could have played the guitar case or something, or done tambourines. That's what they usually do.
I don't think it was necessary. I think people can take vacations. You were really harsh about it too.
Know.
I honestly took a step back and I was like, what's happening right now? What? Maybe Mike needs a vacation. That's why he's so mad at everyone else.
I've never taken a vacation.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe you should take a vacation so you don't blow up in people's faces.
Nope.
It kind of bring down the mood a little bit.
Nope. Energy at all times. No, I mean, my point was okay, he's taking a vacation from being a drummer in a cool band.
Yeah, it was kind of really, if anything, that's rude towards drummers.
What?
That they don't do shit and so they don't need a vacation.
Well,
that's basically what you're saying.
Their life is the vacation.
It's not though. It's still a hard thing to do. To become a famous musician.
I
You
understand.
still have to work at that, and it's just like a job.
Okay, I can understand that if let's say you're on, again, a Guns N' Roses tour, and you're traveling for 2 years, and you want to spend some time with your family, that's one thing.
But it's even harder because they're not at that point yet, so they still have to work crazy hard to get to that point.
As one performer to another, no vacations.
Well, I disagree, and I think it was very rude.
Okay. Anyways, he was on a vacation. Again, I'm not real happy with it, but they still brought it. You, I think, you were smitten by Stoner. By the way, that's his name. We weren't making that up. Stoner was the gentleman's name. Awesome dude. Bought him a beer because he said, hey, I go, what do you want? He goes, beer. I got him a beer. And it was the right beer because the bartender did her job and said, this is the beer he wants.
And it was called Stone IPA.
Yeah.
Which is just great.
It is great. And who's great? Me. I get him a beer. How super cool am I? Everyone in the room was like, wow, that's a super cool dude for getting him that. That's what everyone was thinking. Then Emily Rodgers came on stage afterwards with her husband, and I was sitting there going, okay, what's this going to be? What's going on? All of a sudden, they start playing, and I hear this weird noise. Like this.
Exactly like that, too.
It was exactly like that. Anyways, he's playing the guitar like Jimmy Page did with a bow, but he's doing it with a screwdriver, coming up with it. And I was just like, that is so super cool. At that moment, they had me.
And the fact that, like, I was not expecting that out of her. Like, she's a school teacher. We talked about that in her interview. And I don't, like, just her voice and everything about it, like, I just wasn't expecting it at all.
It was such a mesmerizing, cool 45-minute, like, you got the feels. Like, you talked about that. Like, you felt what they were thinking. All of the feels. And so you had cool guitarists, you had her. It was amazing. Again, great job. Emily Rodgers, Thieves and Lovers, Stoner, check them out. Also, I want to give thanks to Jeremy, who's like the Mike Sasson Show super fan. He's always at Hambones when I'm coming there. He loves you. He loves you. He loves me.
I don't know why he wouldn't.
He just absolutely loves the show. So shout out to Jeremy. Shout out to Sarah, co-owner of the River's Edge, you know, who was there, making sure everything was getting done, making sure that I was promoting our show. Like, one thing she was saying was like, Mike, you're doing a great job promoting the River's Edge, everything like that, but make sure to promote your show. I'm like, you know what? This is about everybody else. And she goes, no, Mike, it's about you. And I'm like, I agree. It is about me. And I want to thank Tom also, who was a sound guy. Everybody did a great job there. I want to thank everybody there. And one thing I want to make a point of, and I was thinking about this while I was watching the bands.
Okay.
I'm sick and tired of labeling everything, oh, this is a local band. This is a local comedian. This is a local artist. Because it connotates that we're just small time.
Yeah.
No. We're just comedians, musicians, all that kind of stuff. We just happen to be out of Pittsburgh.
I actually liked that point that you made.
Yes. You actually, for the first time in a year,
I agreed with you.
Liked a point that I made.
Yeah.
You know what? I should get a plaque. I should get like a little award or a certificate.
You get like one of those a year. That's it.
Okay. I should get like. Did they have what's the thing where you read when you were in school where you read books and you got pizza? Did you have that in school?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I wanted to say Reading Rainbow, but obviously that's not it.
Read it or something like that. Where you like to me you got like a little
Pizza
certificate.
Hut stuff.
Yeah. I used to cheat in that. That's how.
Because you just wanted pizza.
Yeah. So I didn't read a book. I've read like 3 books in my life. One I read about like the autobiography of Mike Ditka. Then I read Friday Night Lights, and then I've like half read Richard Pryor's book. Yeah. I'm almost like, you know what? If it's any good, they'll make a movie out of it. But the reason why I bring that up is they always gave you a little certificate that said, hey, you know, you read a book, here, get some free pizza.
Good job.
Good job. I always want to say that for that, I think I should get something. So someone should print me up a certificate every couple weeks when Alex agrees with me. So good job.
Once a year.
Once a year. I think it's more than once a year. Anyways, again, I reiterate, thank you to Emily Rodgers. Thank you to Thieves and Lovers and Stoner. Thank you to Jeremy. Thank you to Sarah. Thank you to Tom. Thank you to Alex, who is the greatest co-host in the history of MCs. And thank you to Mr. Small's Theater, because one of the things that I'm starting to love about this place is really a compound. It's like a compound of creativity. Because we were sitting there, we were trying to make a meeting, and I see this staircase. And I'm like, anytime you see a staircase, you're like, where does this lead to? That's just the kind of curious person I am. So we go up the staircase, and all of a sudden I start hearing music. All of a sudden, we're in like the grand room of Mr. Small's Theater. 10,000 Maniacs is doing their air check, or sound check. And by the way, that's amazing. So I can only imagine what they were when they were actually trying. And me and Alex had our little meeting. But isn't this place super cool in a sense that you're every nook and cranny, there's like a new bar or a new thing or a new like staircase, a new like thing or piece of art or something like that. It's like really cool.
Yeah.
And now they have this studio.
Yeah.
Where creative types like me and you get to explore our own minds and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. We had a comment. Stephen Fernald, he told us it was Book It.
Book It. Yes, Book It. Yeah, that's where I cheated and got free pizza.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Stephen. Those are, I always liked I did. And my mom always let me do it. Because I'd be like, Mom, I didn't really read.
Because she didn't want to feed you herself.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, someone's gonna get free things to you. There you go. But no. So again, thank you very much to.
Thank you, everyone.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Moving on.
Go ahead. You do a lot of thank yous. You did it at the show too, like 60 of them. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. It's like people are giving you they're doing like a standing ovation, so you have to like keep saying thank you just because people are clapping nonstop. But like that wasn't
okay.
The
let
case.
me tell you what my life is sometimes.
Oh God.
I MC a lot of comedy shows sometimes, and so
no way.
Yeah, I do.
Do you do comedy?
Sometimes, occasionally, not successfully. Anyways, when you do that, one thing you learn very quickly is that if you don't thank everybody, somebody's getting pissed.
Oh, you can go ahead and thank everyone, but thanking everyone about 6 times, you know, to a point, it gets a little excessive.
I understand, but that if there's one thing about
They're
me,
like, all right, Mike, we are very appreciative.
yes, but I want that because I have had situations where old men at VFWs have come up to me and be like, you didn't thank Bill. And I'm like, where's Bill? Bill's been dead for 3 years. I'm like, well, I'm never.
Why didn't you thank Bill?
Exactly.
Always thank Bill.
And then literally like old ladies come up to me going, you didn't thank Roger and I baked cookies.
They're gonna be dead soon. Anyways.
I know, and this was their last hurrah, was me standing up in front of all of their family in Natty Glow, Pennsylvania.
Maybe
thanking
after
them.
every show, you should just have a 5-minute little thank you session where people can leave, and it won't be bad. You know.
If they put that in, I would love that.
Yeah.
But like I've had shows where people have like openly like threatened not to pay me because I didn't thank some random person. And so anytime I'm in that situation, I overthank to make sure that everyone is adequately thanked. Someone who doesn't need to be adequately thanked are the members of Guns N' Roses. Last week.
Yeah, they definitely don't need to be adequately thanked.
Okay. Last week, it was an anniversary that hit me in my soul because it was the 30th anniversary of the release of, I will say this, I'll say it, my favorite album of all time.
Okay.
Appetite for Destruction. By the way, greatest name of a, you can't come up with a better name for something.
That is a very you name.
Yeah, Appetite for Destruction. I've already thought of that my first 3 comedy albums will just be Mike Sasson 1, Mike Sasson 2, Mike Sasson 3, and then Houses of the Holy until Led Zeppelin figures it out. But one of them will be named Mike Sasson Appetite for Destruction. And I'll even do it like she's showing the album cover, which will say Mike Sasson in the same thing, and then underneath it, Appetite for Destruction.
And your little skulls will be there.
Yeah, and one of them will be you as well.
No.
But
I don't want to be associated.
with me? Yeah. Too late. Anyways, couple facts about it. First and foremost, it was released on July 21st, 1987. It took a whole year for it to eventually become the #1 album in the country. Best-selling debut album of all time. 30 million copies sold worldwide. 18 million in the United States. It's the 11th highest-selling album in the history of recorded music. So what I did...
But it's not the 10th.
It's not the 10th. The 10th is actually...
Do you know what the first is?
The first is probably Thriller by Michael Jackson, and then like 2 is like the Eagles' greatest hits. And
no one agrees with me, apparently.
Agrees with you that what?
On music.
Really?
General, yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, so that's why I wanted to get a fresh set of ears on Appetite for Destruction, because I listened to it like 5 times this weekend, because just to honor it and to soak it in and everything like that. And I'm like, no, this is still pretty cool. I asked you to listen to it. Did you listen to it?
Yeah, so I started listening to it last night and then finished it this morning while I was on my way here, and it just ruined. It just made me in such a bad mood.
Why did it make you in such a bad mood?
Well, it's just like, honestly, they could have just made it into one song and just made it shorter, because it all sounds the same anyways. Like, his voice, you can't, like, you can only do so much to his voice. It sounds the same in every single song. And it's just annoying. And I can understand how some people like it, like you, I get it. But
like you.
Like, no, I mean, because it's your personality, you know, it's loud and like in your face and might get you pumped up. I don't know. To me, it kind of ruined my morning.
Okay. All right. So let's go through some of the songs and just what were your thoughts?
I don't even know,
you
like,
don't even
the
know
separation of them, because they all sound the same.
Really? They had pauses.
Yeah, slight pauses, and then it goes back into the same thing, so it just seems like all one thing.
Okay, but I mean, so three of the songs you actually have probably heard ad nauseum in your life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, welcome.
That's another thing. They overuse the song so much in everything.
Okay, and you don't even like those songs.
No.
So, Sweet Child O' Mine.
No.
You're not a huge fan. Not
See,
at
these
all.
are songs that I'm like, oh, okay, if I'm like crazy drunk or like, I don't know, on some kind of drugs, maybe I'd be like, yeah, I'd be all into it, but just on a normal basis, no, I'm not into it.
What would be okay, now I'll do it for you. You throw me in, I was going to ask you this. In your youth, which some people would argue you're still in, but in your youth, what was your one album, your one artist that you would say, yeah, this was the artist of my youth?
I don't know. I don't really have one of those. I'll have to think about it.
Because whoever it is, tell me which album to listen to, and I will listen to it from beginning to end.
Because I honestly don't listen to that much music, and most of the music that I listen to is mostly like other people. Like they're like, "Hey, listen to this song." I hardly ever listen to full albums. To me, that's boring. I've had.
Because I don't think that there is full albums anymore. That's one of the things about this album is the fact that it's one of the last ones. It's one of the last ones that wasn't recorded digitally. It was actually the old school tape, and they cut it and everything like that. So personally, it's one of those things where it's a beginning of a new movement in a sense of harder edged rock. But on the other hand, it's also something that was the end of, like, most people would say the end of classic rock was Appetite for Destruction and the Black Album by Metallica. Those were the last two really true classic rock albums. So really, if you say, I don't like Guns N' Roses, really what you're saying is, I just don't like classic rock.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I could have
But you
said
found
that to begin with.
Now let me ask you a question. But you could see why it was popular.
Yeah, I could see why people like it. I understand.
But but I mean, like, could you understand how it sold 18 million copies?
It's probably just the hype, and then afterwards, everyone's like, "Is this good?" Just because they sold that many doesn't mean people actually liked it. Do you know what I mean?
No, I actually think that's exactly what it means.
No.
You think that there was 1 million people that liked it, and they just kept on losing their CDs?
No, it's just 18 million people bought it because they're like, "Oh, this seems like it'll be good," and then they didn't like it.
You feel that most
Throw this
people...
in the garbage.
Okay.
Maybe like 1 million of it.
And you think there were 1 million people that liked it.
I'm gonna offend so many people.
And 17 million people hated it.
Yeah.
And forget... I love this comment. It's the 11th biggest selling album of all time. Okay, do you feel that every album... Do you think that Michael Jackson's Thriller...
I also don't like that.
Okay, so 30 million, I think 40 million or something million people have listened to that album, and you're saying that maybe
No,
half
they
a
bought
million...
it.
They bought it.
They bought it.
Okay. Have you ever bought something that you're like, man, this is... Everyone's saying it's super sweet, and then it turns out it sucks?
Probably, yeah.
Can you think of it?
No. All I'm thinking about right now, the only CD I've been listening to for a long time now, because it's just been in my car, is Taylor Swift's first album. It makes it sound so bad that we're talking about Guns N' Roses, and then I brought up Taylor Swift's first album, but it's actually really good, and I really like it.
Did I tell you the story that I saw?
It reminds me of high school.
I saw Taylor Swift will be playing to the same high school girls until
I don't
she's
like
50 years
her
old.
new stuff, but like that stuff, it like honestly, like it gives me chills because I'm like, this is exactly what I went through in high school.
Okay, so what's the name of that album?
Oh, I think it might be Teardrops on My Guitar.
Teardrops. I will listen to Teardrops on My Guitar.
That sounds like it could be a Guns N' Roses song.
Honestly, I bet you it was written by Slash. I bet you that song was written by
If
Teardrops
you listen to
on.
it.
Every time I think of Taylor Swift, I think of the Q92.9 show I was on, because she was
Oh yeah, played all the time.
like 50 times during the show.
Yeah.
I know Bad Blood too well. I know all of those songs. So Shake It Off. I know those. Oh, okay. So Teardrops on My Guitar. I will listen to that song.
I'm not saying that that's like an amazing album. I'm saying
Okay.
that I like it.
Okay, well, that's the whole point. I'm saying Appetite for Destruction is an amazing album. That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. Comment on you if you're either way. Are you like me and you think that's an amazing album and it reminds you of your youth, or are you like Alex, who
I'm going to
likes...
assume no one agrees with me.
Well, there's got to be people that agree with you. I mean, again, according to you, of the 18 million people who bought it in this country, 17 million of them hated it.
Yeah.
Anyway, having fun, doing wonderful things. When we come back, we're going to go bar thoughts and experiences with Alex, plus my top 5. And then after that, we're going to have news and notes with guest Matt Light. It's going to be fun. It's the Mike Sasson Show. We'll be right back. We are back here at the Millville, not the Millville Studios. We're
I
here
know,
at
I
Mr.
keep wanting to
Smalls.
say it every
I know. We're
time.
still in Millville. That's the thing. But we're here at Mr. Smalls Theater in Millville, Pennsylvania. You're listening to the Mike Sasson Show. My name is Mike Sasson. You are either watching it on Facebook Live, or you are listening to us on iTunes, or you are listening to us at www.riversedgepgh.com, or after the fact on many podcast formats like Google Play, SoundCloud, or iTunes. Again, thank you very much for listening. I really do want to thank each and every one of you.
Shut up.
Thank you for 1,000 times. Alex says I overthank. I'm going to make sure that I overthank. Alex, who again despises all quality music, but you know what she loves? She loves to get her drink on. Our thoughts and experiences. Here's the song.
Maybe y'all can relate. My style's dope any way that you slice it. It's a fresh cut, hope that you like it.
Why don't you dance with me?
Because this chair is made of wood and I'm scared it's going to drop me on my head.
Who cares?
Then
That would be great internet radio.
That would be great internet radio, just me falling on my ass.
You'd totally hear that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, bar thoughts and experiences. What we got?
How the fuck do they animate video games? I think that video game animators should be paid, if whatever they're paid, they should be paid 6 million times more. Because do you play video games?
Occasionally.
I don't play video games.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Unless they're like back in the day video games, like I'm shooting ducks or something.
Oh, you're all vintage and stuff like that? You're like a hipster? It's like, ooh,
I just don't like the video games.
I only play like Atari 2600.
No, I play that, and then I play Duke Nukem and NFL Blitz.
Okay.
Anyways, so I was watching Zach, my boyfriend, play video games the other day. He was playing, I don't know, something stupid, Assassin's Creed maybe? I don't know.
Cool.
Anyways, so he's running around, and he's like killing people and stuff, and I'm just thinking about it like, they have to animate every single one of these people being killed and like how it looks and stuff in any way that you would do it. Like if you bash them in the head or if you shoot them, like they have to animate all of those options. And like you're running around, so they have to animate all this stuff, and it just amazes me, honestly.
Well, first off, video games are now a bigger industry than the movie industry. Like you think about like those big games like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed made more money than like Avatar.
Yeah.
Like those are so the budgets for those games are like what they would be for like a major motion picture. So,
I just really hope that those animators get paid like just superb amount. Like I just don't understand even how it works. Like if you're thinking about like this
Alex.
You have to come up with all the code for this person to move throughout an alternate world. It's crazy.
Alex, it's computers and shit.
Yeah, but I just want to know how it works.
That's computers and shit. How do computers work?
No, I want exact details.
Okay,
of how it works.
we'll get a video game animator on the phone and we'll have them explain to you.
I want them to show me in person.
It's computer. It's all they do it down at Carnegie Mellon.
Obviously, it's computers and shit. How else would they do it, Mike?
But that's all they do. They have like a computer program and it just sits there and they animate, like make them into a three-dimensional
I want you
figure.
to animate something.
I don't have the computer for it. The only computer I have is my cell phone.
I'm gonna get you a computer for it, and then you animate me a video game that looks like those.
Okay.
Since it's just computers and shit.
It's just you. All I do is just plug in, make him run, and then like he goes. Meh, meh, meh.
Definitely.
That's all it is.
That's all that happens.
That's all it is. But they do get paid very well. But the problem
sure
is
hope so.
that the only way you ever make money in this world is if they're scared you leave. So there's always some other guy. Like every dork I've ever met in high school were all like, I'm gonna animate like video games when I grew up. So it's like there's got to be more people trying to animate video games than are trying to play the NFL. Like it's probably a huge reservoir of people. And then they essentially, like if you went into a room of people who animate video games, I bet you it just looks like a bunch of dorks playing playing video games on TV.
You're really nice, Mike.
I am very nice, but I'm telling you, more than likely, it's just like computers and shit.
Computers and shit.
But one thing I do now, I will say this. Because of the fact that the animation is so great, we've gotten a lot of shitty video game movies. Like Assassin's Creed eventually became a movie because I bet you some movie executive, their kid was playing Assassin's Creed and says, wow, this is a great thing. We can make this into a movie. And then they forget to write a script for it. And it's just like, hey, it's Assassin's Creed. He runs around killing people. And you're just like, this is stupid.
Why would you see it then?
Why would anybody see it? None of them have been that successful. Every major...
You just gotta try, you know? They're just trying things, Mike.
I understand,
but
seeing
what'll work.
I know, but spend $100 million. Every video game you could think of eventually became... Mortal Kombat became a shitty movie. Super Mario Brothers became a shitty movie. Doom became a shitty movie. It's continuous shitty movies from video games because of the fact that... they're great animation, like you said. They're great stories, but then no one works on the script. Now, I will say this. I actually have a pretty close friend who does voiceovers, and he's in the Walking Dead video game. And he says that takes like months to do all the voices because, like you said, he's got to come up with every possible voice that he could actually say. Like, he's got to be like 30 different ways he gets stabbed and 30 different ways he gets eaten and all that other kind of good stuff. So I agree, it's a magical thing. But if you're saying, Mike, how does it happen? The answer is computers and shit. Which, by the way, I was
more so asking the universe.
Oh.
I figured they would give me a better answer than computers and shit.
By the way, if there's anybody who can come up with a better answer than how they animate video games besides computers and shit, comment it on the Mike Sasson page, and we can go from there. That was Bar Thoughts and Experiences. Thank you very much, Alex, and thank you very much to Alcohol.
You're welcome, Mike.
For giving me that. But now it's my turn. It's 5 takes. Getting Alex in a bad mood.
As if the music isn't loud and intense enough, Mike has to be behind it doing the exact same thing as the music is doing, just to blow out my ears.
Evil is rude.
Do you want to tell us your 5 thoughts?
I am going to tell us your 5 thoughts. Here's my first thought for 5 thoughts here on Cool Jazz. I want to be a cool jazz DJ. That'll be if I get back into radio, that's what I'll do. I'll be like, I won't even want to be a rock DJ. I'll be a cool jazz DJ. Here you go. That's the Quiet Storm. Number 5. Wow, do I love hummus. Like,
Didn't you talk about hummus last week?
I wanted to reiterate. I just love hummus.
All right.
Okay. Like, I'm now going into like convenience stores going, I have an inkling for some hummus.
It's good shit.
I know, but the thing is, it's like, it's weird to think that like something that really wasn't even in my life for most of my life is something that I walk into convenience stores and I go get. Because they have the new thing where you like get the little hummus and then you get like the little pieces.
That's not new, but yeah.
I mean, newer than like, Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction.
Yes.
But I mean, like, again, it's weird that like I would say that that's now such a part of my life. And I wanted to make that statement again. Thank you to the people who created hummus. Jim Hummus. Jim and Lou Hummus made it up. Okay. Number 4. A lot of people are getting mad at the police. I just want to say, first off, not the band, the people who actually like go and that's like a joke in 1988. Anyways, the police are just the tool. They're just the hammer. Who's swinging the hammer, Alex? That's your thought for today. Everyone's getting mad at the police. Who's letting the police do all these things? That's the question. But it's not the easy answer, so we're not trying to figure that out, Alex. Deep Thoughts with Mike Sasson.
Okay.
The Quiet Storm. Anyways, I should be known as the Quiet Storm, but it's ironic because I'm not.
Because you're not at all.
See? Genius I am. Thank you for me. Number 3, August is the longest, shittiest month of the year. I hate August so much because it's right before the sweetest time of the year. Alex, August is usually the hottest. It's filled with like preseason football, which sucks ass. It's before college football starts, so I'm not real happy with that. It's before the pennant chases in baseball start up. Penguins and hockey training camp starts in September, so everything cool starts up in September. So August is the longest month of the year because you're sitting there and you're like, okay, it's August 3rd. We're only like a month away from football. And then it seems like you look up at your calendar and it's like, my God, aren't we any closer? No, it's only August 8th. August, I think there's 64 days in the month of August. There's 98 days in the month of August.
I've learned to love August.
Why?
Because I feel like I don't do enough with my summer, so then in August I'm kind of trying to catch up.
What else do you want to do with your summer this summer?
I don't know, like go on my boat and, I don't know, sit outside for longer than 5 minutes.
We should do a show from your boat.
No.
Why not?
Carrying a bunch of expensive equipment onto a boat. That sounds very good.
I know, but here's the thing. These are the kind of things that bring ratings and interestingness. And if we dump this
and
stuff... And
also, yeah, it's all...
This stuff survived a fire. I think it can survive a boat.
No.
Okay. But I think August sucks. You think it's cool because it reminds you that we have a finite time until the super coolest month of the year, September. So I think August sucks. Number 2, nobody likes to watch how the sausage is made. When people look at I was watching this new thing on Netflix. It's called Last Chance U. It's about this junior college football team out in Mississippi in which all these kids who got like thrown out of Division I schools go to so that they play and they can get to another Division I school so that their lives are not ruined. Hence the name Last Chance U. And watching this, it's like these kids, they don't want to go to school. And so their coaches are constantly on them and they're doing stupid stuff and everybody's sitting there. And the thing is, like, the coaches are swearing at them and they're, and then there's always fights and there's all this kind of stuff. And there was a quote in the beginning of, because it's now into its second season. And so the coach is talking about, like, he was in like a supermarket and this old couple came up to him and said, "Hey, I watched the show," and blah, blah, blah. And he said, "I'll be honest with you. I went up to the old lady. I was like, 'Hey, I'm sorry about the language.'" Because he swore a lot. He's a football coach. And the lady goes, "Nobody likes to see how the sausage is made. Everyone loves to watch and wants to eat sausage, but no one likes to see how it's made." And it's true. If you're a fan of college football or sports in general, what that was showing was how the internal workings of a team sometimes work. In a sense, you sometimes have people that are just out of their minds or are just really super athletic, and the coaches have to deal with them. And sometimes it gets a little rough and language gets a little salty. And that's what happens. So if you really want to know how a college football team works, watch Last Chance U. And number 1, this is a philosophical question, Alex. How did pizza become the most deliverable food item?
Computers and shit.
Computers and shit. But no, seriously, I was thinking about it. Why didn't burger places become the deliverable thing? Why didn't Taco Bell jump on that bandwagon? They're only jumping on that bandwagon now.
I think because pizza is it's okay to be cold.
I had two theories. One, it's difficult to transport. It's not as easy as like a bag or something like that. So it's good that someone can like take it in their car and like specifically get it to you. And number 2 is it's better if it cools and settles a little bit. So it's not something you want to eat immediately as fast as humanly possible.
No, I want to do that.
You love pizza like when it's too syrupy. If you eat it like right out of the thing, then you try to take the slice and all the cheese falls off. You want to make it settle a little bit. You like that.
Yeah.
And then you like getting 3rd-degree burns on your tongue and everything like that. Computers and shit. That's how we do this show, and that's how we do 5 takes. And guess what? Next up is news and notes, but we're going to have a buddy sit in with us.
A buddy?
A buddy. Matt Light is out in the green room right now. He's going to come in here. He's going to sit in for news and notes, and we're going to have more fun that is humanly possible. How do we do it, Alex?
Magic.
Computers and shit. Again, it's the Mike Sasson Show. We will be right back. You're back listening or watching the Mike Sasson Show live at Mr. Small's Theater in beautiful Millville, Pennsylvania. You're either watching us on Facebook Live, you're either listening to us on iTunes, or you're listening on iTunes, SoundCloud, or Google Play, or you're listening live in TuneIn Radio or at www.riversedgepgh.com. To the left of me is one of the top comedians in the city of Pittsburgh. Liar. A guy who has been all over the place, opening for some of the biggest names in comedy, and will be opening up for Mr. Tom Green.
Yeah,
in a
I'm
couple
so
weeks.
excited.
We're going to talk about a little bit about that.
Yeah.
It is a man who's actually been on the phone on the show.
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, though, because I have Sprint, so I don't know if it worked, but I was there.
But just so you know, basically we're going to have from now on, we're going to have comedians sit in for news and notes. And the first one I wanted to pick was a personal friend of mine, the Girthquake, Girth Cobain, the Hogfather.
Girth, Wind, and Fire.
Girth, Wind, and Fire. Girth and Roses.
Knock, knock, knock.
On. It is Matt Light.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. I have to say, I am so excited to be at Mr. Smalls. I used to come to shows here all the time, and this is awesome, man. It's a nice setup. It's a lot better than... I'll just drink some water.
Yeah, some other places. No, what's cool about this place is it's ours. Like, you've got, like, the green room and had snacks in there and had water. And
Oh, yeah, and he offered me a beer.
Dude, that's...
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have beer.
Where's my beer?
Brian was like, "Do you want a beer?" And I was like, "It's
Brian."
I was like, "It's 9:26."
Do you want a beer?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. We could have had a beer for
Then I
Alex.
saw his PBR. I'm like, "Oh, okay. I should get my bicycle, and we're good to go."
Okay. You are in Millvale. We're hipster
Is it
adjacent.
hipster here?
It's getting hipster adjacent.
I like it.
But it's cool. It's kind of like it's still got that gritty Pittsburgh, Western
flooding.
PA feel. Yeah, the flooding. So that's the thing. The hipsters are here until the flooding happens.
Yeah.
And then they leave. And then,
Well, they get their flood pants on. They're good.
yeah, there you go. But we're going to be here talking
Flood
news and
pants.
notes. But yeah, Tom Green, one of the things I want to, you were talking about, like the guy who changed what was your favorite Tom Green moment? Here was mine I was thinking of the other day. He painted his dad's car
Slutmobile.
the Slutmobile, but then he made the picture of when he was gonna hit his wife. Like he sat there and goes, "Make my dinner, bitch." And he sat there and he goes, "Dad, don't you remember when you said to Mom, 'Make my dinner, bitch'?" And I remember watching that and I'm just like, are you fucking serious that you did that?
Well, the best part is like his dad is so ashamed and embarrassed of him that he leaves. He's like, "I'm walking to work," and Tom's like, "No, I can't let you do that." So he's waiting at the bus stop, and Tom pulls up with his fucking Slutmobile in front of the whole little town in Canada. He's like, "Hey, I got your car. Your car's clean."
Now, again, that would mean nothing in 2017, but whenever that was, like the early
Oh.
2000s or late 90s, it was like revolutionary.
Because he did it.
Oh, sorry.
Am I good?
No,
I'm good.
You're good. It was just
Okay.
your
That's
headphones.
okay.
You wouldn't be able to hear.
I can't hear. He did it from Bam. Bam Margera was like, you thought he was the first. He wasn't. Tom did everything, man. My favorite thing, I think, that Tom Green did was probably he put poop on a microphone. And he would interview it, but because there's a high professional camera in front of you, you're so intimidated by it that you weren't even acknowledging that there was poop. And he'd get it as close to your lip as he could, and they'd be like, and then he would replace the mic with a dildo.
Wait, what kind of poop is this?
I don't know.
Like, is he putting his poop on the
Would that-
microphone?
I don't know because
I don't know what's worse, if it was that or like animal poop.
It was like, do you know when you go and get like ground beef,
Yeah.
right? And it's in that little styrofoam container. He had a styrofoam container of poop. Like he went somewhere and he's like cutting it like a butter knife and he puts it and he right in their face and they're all talking and they can smell it and they're like, but like dude, he was the best.
Here's the funny. I think personally, I would rather it have been covered with dog poop than human poop.
Why?
Because I think dog poop, it's poop that you've like.
I think it depends
dealt
on
with
what
more.
humans
And you've
poop.
picked it up though too.
Well, see,
What
that's
do you,
what I'm
like,
saying.
healthy
Dog
eating?
poops.
If you're a healthy eater, I feel like your poop might be okay.
I feel like it would smell worse though. Like
It depends
asparagus
on
is
what you're
disgusting with pee. Wouldn't
Yeah.
it be poopy?
No.
My McDonald's poop is probably really good.
You think McDonald's? I think
There's
McDonald's.
not
poop
much
would
It's
be-
not like you're
difference.
eating the poop afterwards. It's just based on
But
smell.
I'm saying the smell though. I mean, there's not much difference between McDonald's and shit anyway.
Yeah.
So it
just smells like McDonald's again.
Yeah, is that a Big Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, another sponsor out the window. No.
I ruined McDonald's sponsorship for somebody else already. Trying to lose weight, okay?
Well, then then just start running around the McDonald's. Who knows? But
Yeah.
that's pretty cool there. Now we talked earlier about the 30th anniversary of Appetite for Destruction. I know you're a big Guns N' Roses
Love
fan.
them, yeah. It's a great album.
Hey, I made her listen to him. I made Alex listen to
What do
Appetite.
you listen
Ruins
to?
my
What do you
morning.
like?
What do I listen
Yeah.
to? I don't know. Not that. Anything but anything.
It didn't.
Classic
It didn't
rock.
make you feel when he talked about like his.
No, it
his-
made me want to just hurt people.
Sweet child of
It
mine.
kind of. It reminded me of you and like.
So that's great.
It reminded her of her. She's gonna ruin my morning.
Because it reminded me of
Mike. It reminded me of Mike. She's got eyes of the bluest skies that if they thought of rain.
Hey, did you want to do news and notes?
She just wants to get the fuck out of here. All right, so there's the first app, the first dating app. I'm not a huge fan of dating apps.
Yeah.
But the first dating app that I think I'm going to try just came out, and I love it to death. It's called Hater. Okay, there goes the people that they're for. Hater.
What is that, like a white supremacist act?
Yeah. Well, it could be.
Look here.
It could be. Basically what it is, like, on Tinder, you swipe right if you like the person, and you
Yeah.
swipe left if you like. Well, this one's the same concept, only you swipe right if you hate it, and you swipe left if you like it.
What, just like
The thing,
things?
not the
thing.
person.
So it'll have a picture of Trump. If you hate Trump, you go right. If you like Trump, you go left.
See, I don't know where
That
to
would be
go
a
with
bit.
him.
You could accidentally do a lot of things, though. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like you could accidentally like Trump, and then no one matches with you.
Exactly. But I'm just telling you, if you do it correctly, in my opinion, you find someone that hates everything that you hate.
Yeah.
Which I think is good. So I asked you guys, I don't know if you did your homework, but I sat there and said, what were some things that someone who wants to be the future first wife of Mike Sasson has to hate? And I came up with this stuff. Number one, country music.
Dude, that was my number one.
What?
100%.
Country music.
100%. It is the absolute worst music there is. There's no talent behind it. Perfect example. Every idiot that sang the national anthem for Nashville sucked because all they do is this, and it sounds like their tune. It's not good.
Yeah. So if anyone likes country music, if a woman likes country music, she better be like insanely, incredibly hot.
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
Or die.
Carrie Underwood. Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
Carrie
Those are the options.
Yeah, Carrie Underwood is the base, though.
Yeah.
Like if you're just like look Carrie Underwood like if you're like her ugly or fat or sister, I'm still not.
Like I'm not even Dixie Chicks. No, thank you. It's Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Wow, you just hated on the Dixie Chicks?
Yeah, I did.
The Dixie Chicks aren't exactly.
See, I mean, I like old country better
Reba McEntire
than
would get
country, any country these days.
I did Reba just for the money.
Yeah.
What?
I just like that hair.
No.
She's every MILF that I've watched in porn. You know,
What?
like that
What
German,
MILF porn are you watching?
I don't know.
Not
all of
good.
it.
Not good ones.
No,
apparently.
I don't like the good-looking kinds because I know I'll never sleep with them. I like the.
How do you know? You can have hope.
Come look at this. I'm like the diabetic brawny man. Okay, it's not gonna work.
I have hope for you.
Okay, so what else did you think of? Here were the other ones that I did. It would help if she hated Notre Dame. Because it's not even the team as much as the people that like Notre Dame are typically some of the most annoying human beings in the world.
For me, it would be you have to hate Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't like Game of Thrones, and that's a big thing to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are always like, "What do you mean?"
That's why
What?
You don't even have to hate it. Just swipe no to it.
Yeah.
Because it shows that you have a fucking life. Like everyone's like Game of Thrones. I'm like, it's a show. That's it. Go do something.
Go murder people in your own life.
Go kill a dragon. It's fun.
It's basically, someone explained it to me, and I still hated it. It's essentially Lord of the Rings if it was made on Cinemax.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But here's, I love everyone like, there's nudity on it. I'm like, look at porn.
Yeah.
Anyways, the one
That's
thing
just
that I
insurgent.
tried to.
Yeah.
I tried to watch Game of Thrones. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I just quit. Because I was just like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
I don't like when we go to drink the sword of Beelzebub into the world. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I want to watch The Wire. I want to watch
Yeah.
Sopranos. I want to watch that shit.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. So you're saying Game of Thrones. Another thing that a woman would have to hate, waking up before noon on a Sunday and movies with The Rock or Vin Diesel.
I am
come
so
on,
glad that
man.
I won't match with you.
Come
Why?
on, man.
You
I would like none of these things. I wouldn't match with you.
Oh, that's a
I
shame.
love The
I'm
Rock.
so glad.
You love The Rock?
How can I not?
We talk about The Rock
But
like
his-
every week.
He's the best.
The movies, name a good movie he's made.
All of them. I love The Rock because I'm just waiting for him to be like, do you smell what? I'm waiting for the rock bottom every
His
time.
movies are so shitty. Every time I hear about a movie The Rock is in, I'm just like, that's a stupid fuck. Baywatch, I can't believe people didn't
That
know
was
that.
funny.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I liked it.
I'm glad it failed.
But I liked it.
Okay. But could you see
It's a
why it
summer
failed?
movie, though. I mean, summer comedies usually bomb.
Okay, were they titties? Was there naked titties?
No, but
Naked titties.
Pam Anderson shows up at the end, and she looks awful.
Who?
Pam Anderson.
Of course, she's
the
like
original
a
CJ
walking.
Parker.
Yeah, she's a walking freaking hepatitis C.
Well, we all have that. I don't know what letter though, but we all have one of the Fs.
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
I don't know.
I don't
All of them.
know.
A through D, pick one.
All right, here's another thing I hate, and Alex, you're probably going to be like, oh, I'll kill you. I don't like craft beers. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't kill you over that.
Craft beers.
You love craft beers, though.
I do, but I also love all other alcohol.
Here's why I hate craft beers.
All
It's
right.
because just shut the fuck up and let me drink. Every time somebody has a craft beer, look, this has 8%. I'm like, I don't care how many bicycle chains you had to tie together to make your beer in your mom's basement. I don't.
But
give a
don't you
shit.
want beer with more alcohol in it? Like that's the main reason why I
No,
love
because
it.
I like to chug it. I'm still kind of a bro. I'm like the fraternity kid that didn't get accepted into college.
Which is what most of fraternity kids should have not
Yeah.
been in college.
Like, I like chugging beer. I like partying. I like getting amped up, and I cannot do that with Frank's Western, Smithsonian,
Yeah.
Washington beer.
Now I'm imagining you in a
Dude.
frat. I could just imagine someone basically collapsing at the bottom of the stairs and you not caring.
My nickname was Fratty Light, and I didn't even go to college. I would just stay at my friends on the weekends, like whether it was Slippery Rock or wherever. Like,
You were one of those guys.
I was such a loser.
Oh.
I was such an asshole.
I love how you're putting that in the past tense. But
Now I do other shitty things.
anyway, so Alex, what are some things that a dude has to hate in order to be with you?
I actually asked Zach most of these. We actually app wouldn't work for us because we both hate different things and we don't like
because
any
that
of
might
the
mean
same things.
that might mean like trouble in paradise.
Right. 5 years later.
Okay.
Anyways, mine were loud chewing, abrupt noises of any kind, really. Seeing violence, metal music, chewy bacon, Band-Aids, fireworks, mean people, gin.
That was like 30 things.
Band-Aids gross.
Yeah, well, I figured I'd get them all out at once.
Not a big
Just
fan
so
of
you know.
not a big fan of gin?
No, gross. That's the only alcohol I won't drink.
Really?
Yes.
That's weird. And then you're not a big fan of Band-Aids in general or just
They're gross.
Yeah, they're gonna fall off eventually.
And they're gross. And like, Band-Aids in pools.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Band-Aids and pools would be a terrible band name.
I just hate them near
Yeah,
my toes.
you'd probably make everyone throw up.
Yeah, what's the name?
They're always near your toes.
What's your Band-Aids?
Like when you're
Band-Aids,
walking or
yeah.
like they're on your toes?
When you're walking, there's always like, oh shit, there's Band-Aid, and I walk away. I don't even know if a guy just like cut himself like grabbing papers or like he's a crackhead. But crackheads don't have those.
They shouldn't.
They don't
No,
have
they're
Band-Aids?
Like, no, they're just like
Fuck it.
Yeah, they earn those track marks. They want to sport those things out. I don't know.
So again, if you're watching, even if it's after the fact, post some things that a person that wants to get with you has to hate in order to get with you. Again, on the Mike Sasson Show page. Next up, I saw this unbelievably funny meme.
Yeah?
And I thought it was really cool. It was a picture of Don Draper, and in it basically had it like this. He was pitching an idea, and the idea was Air Bud. Only he's gay this time.
Aren't all dogs gay?
I think, is that your movie?
What?
All
dog-
dogs go to the bathhouse. That's your
Every
movie?
dog humps any dog, no matter what it is.
I don't know if he's gay or he's just insanely horny and he doesn't understand the concept of gender, of a
But
human
he can
gender.
slam dunk a fucking basketball.
Yeah,
Like, okay.
yeah, that's the other thing. There's a lot of plot holes in Air
Yeah,
Bud.
it's gonna mean jump shot, but yeah, he
I love the
loves-
fact that they said he played, like, I actually have never seen the movie Air Bud, so after watching this, looking at the meme, I actually Googled what the plot of Air Bud was. He's supposed to be at a school, and the first thing that came to my mind is, how did they make the dog eligible? How did he take a test?
Yeah.
He can play
If
basketball.
he could play basketball, I feel like he could probably take
Well,
a
the
test.
story was, I think the kid moved to a school. He had no friends.
Yes.
And this fucking dog come out of nowhere. And he's like, oh, you're Steph Curry. Sweet. And then they hang out, but it's the owner of an abusive... Oh, I did it again. An abusive guy.
Okay.
And then, like...
But how does he play for the school team if he's not eligible to be a student at the school?
I don't know.
They just let him. Who cares?
Yeah, like them awkward homeschool kids. And, like, nobody knows on the team until, like, week 6. Like, who the fuck is Ethan? Who is this guy?
And so one of them was just a dog. They just thought he was just a homeschool kid.
I mean, he's just awkward. They don't
And they
talk.
didn't get his grades until the later in the year. His parents were like fucking hippies, and they're just like, yeah, they just let his hair grow.
He's a hipster,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
just a hipster kid. All right, so here's my idea. I think that that's the future. Like right now, they're doing things where they're the future. They're doing movies now where they're like switching just one aspect and just doing like Ghostbusters, but everyone was a woman.
Yeah.
And now they're doing Ocean's 11, but everybody was a woman. So I could see in the future they would sit there and just do it's the same movie, only the dude or the woman is gay.
Yeah.
So these are the movies that I think this could actually work for.
Yeah.
Number one, Dirty Dancing, but everybody in the movie are gay fat dudes.
I like that.
I would watch Dirty Dancing. Everybody was a gay fat dude, especially because everyone would wait towards the end about that move where he lifts the girl up, but now it's a gay fat dude, and see if that would actually work.
Yeah, I like it.
Alex?
I don't think they'd do the ending scene if it didn't work. I'm just saying.
Do you think they'd have to CGI it with computers and shit to make
Maybe.
it work?
Yeah.
The
I'm
Rock
just
could
saying,
do
I don't
it.
think they'd
The
do
Rock-
it if it
The
didn't
Rock
work.
could do it.
If The Rock would decide to gain weight and then play the role of a gay fat
He
Patrick
plays a
Swayze.
Gay whatever. So.
I know, because that's how he makes it, like all Hollywoody and stuff like that. All right, so Alex, by the way, are you a fan of Dirty Dancing?
No.
No. See, She's like half a
Surprisingly.
dude. This is why I like her.
Yeah, I like it.
But here's the thing. I think Dirty Dancing.
Just because
everybody.
it's not a good movie.
Exactly. It's a story about statutory rape,
Isn't
and
her
everybody's
name
cool.
Baby?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
in the movie. She's 16 years old, and he is playing like a 35-year-old.
Hey, now in Pennsylvania, that's completely legal.
Technically it is. But the thing is, I love the fact that at the end of the movie, he goes up to it like the doctor and he goes, "Nobody puts baby in the corner." If I was that dad, I'd be like, "You're raping my daughter. Get the fuck away from me, you
you're
fucking loser."
34.
Yeah, what are you gonna do the day after today, you loser?
I can't wait for Ghost 2 when you actually die. Patrick Swayze.
All right, so that's one. Two, I thought this would work. The movie Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, only the alien, instead of trying to kill him, is gay and wants to fuck him. That would make it even more like a scary movie.
Lots of gay fucking in these.
Well, that's the whole point. The whole point is
That's
remaking
Mike's main thing.
I just want
all
more
about
gay.
it.
I just want more gay fucking in major motion pictures.
Oh, I agree completely.
Yeah.
I think the ultimate gay film would be 300.
300 would be
Wow.
like they don't
Like
even fight.
300 dudes about to suck every guy. Like, this is Sparta! Just go after him.
Actually, we
Yeah. Like, instead of
Is that the
throwing-
noise that, like, is that, oh my
They
god.
all get thrown into that big fucking glory hole at the end. Dude, they got airbrush abs. It's already like ready to go, man.
I think the gayest movie of all time, and people talk about it as gay, but when you watch it every time, Rocky 3, when they're running on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
And then they run into the ocean after Rocky beats Apollo Creed, which
Yeah.
would never happen in 1,000 years, beat him in a race.
No.
But they run into the ocean and hug.
Yeah. I like how we're like, which would never happen in a race. First of all, Rocky won. He would have got his fucking ass beat by Creed anyway.
Yes. The only reason he actually did is because obviously Apollo was in no way prepared for the fight. But then in Rocky 2, he's obviously prepared for the fight. He would have destroyed him and whatever,
Yeah.
who cares. But so that was one of them that I had. Rocky, but again, he's gay and basically, and so his
So,
Adrian is gay.
none of these, I said Rocky, but played by a woman.
Yeah,
So
I
you'd
thought
have-
it was played by woman either.
Yeah,
too.
it doesn't need to, not everything needs to
No,
be
I was
gay,
talking
Mike.
about the fact that like Air Bud, but he's gay this time.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's how I went.
Yeah.
But now what movie do you think that would be cool if they changed women? So one of them was Rocky.
Yeah.
So it would be like
I also put Green Mile.
Okay.
Only because I want to see what woman they pick to play, what's his face in the
Leslie
movie? John
Jones.
Coffey.
Leslie Jones. They would pick Leslie Jones. They want to if they make the Green Mile remake,
Oh my
it would be
God.
Leslie Jones would play the part of
She'd finally be likable. She'd finally be likable.
You don't mean okay? People say I scream in the middle of my comedy. Leslie Jones's only act is basically I sit there and then I scream at the top of my
it's
lungs.
awful.
Yes.
I would say a great movie to replace with women would be Back to the Future.
But
Because every girlfriend would just go back. Every girl would just go back to the past just to bitch about something else that's happening. They would just keep going. Remember the time you did this? No, come on, motherfucker, we're going. And it would take you every single time.
how about Goodfellas and everybody was a female character?
What would you call it?
Just
Cool bitches?
that'd be a good one.
A gay one, the Hogfather.
The Hogfather, yeah.
Yeah.
Then the Godfather, he's like a Godfather over like the gay porn
don't kiss
industry.
his ring. He's got a cock ring.
Kiss his cock ring. What was another one, Alex? What were you about?
I said that I want to switch the roles in Beauty and the Beast, even though
make
that
it
would
like
never happen.
Make a hot guy go after like an insanely ugly chick.
Yeah. Well, no, the insanely
Just go to
ugly chick
Southside.
captures the hot guy
Mm-hmm.
and then makes him love her.
Okay, but then she turns into a hot chick at the end.
Yeah, and everything's okay.
That's Southside.
If the guy's drunk enough,
When
then
did
it
they ever
happens.
turn into a hot chick at the end, though?
No, well, the next morning. Yes.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Then you're singing the song. Beauty and the
Get a
Beast.
cab. No, that's good. I like that.
So again, come up with your ideas. Again, comment on the Mike Sasson Facebook page. Moving into more news and notes. This is a bad news for Usher. We were talking earlier about sexually transmitted disease. Usher
Love him.
is being sued by a woman who he gave herpes to for $20 million.
I would get herpes for
That was
like,
the question.
from Usher for that.
Yeah, 20. We talked about you have a brilliant new joke where you sit there and people always talk about like, would you suck a dick for $1,000? And you're like, I'd suck a dick to clear up my credit rating.
Just half of it. Yeah, I don't care.
So it's an easy question. Herpes from Usher for $20 million.
I wouldn't even need $20 million. I don't think it's Usher.
You'd fuck Usher just knowing that is he herpes eligible? Because we talked about this earlier. That
Does he have herpes?
Yes.
Okay, that's like the first thing that they should test.
Yes. He's already given the woman herpes, and now the woman is saying, you gave me herpes.
I think
want
she's
20
lying.
million.
Does it have to be Usher? It can be Ron Mexico, be the guy that gives me herpes.
Okay, that's, by the way, if you don't know, that's Michael Vick's actual name that he put down when he had herpes.
Yeah.
The best part about that story is that eventually, like before it was caught, so many people went on the NFL.com website and got Michael Vick jerseys with Mexico on the back, and then they shut it down.
Good.
But okay, let me ask you a question. We had this question earlier. Who in the world, if they came up to you and said,
Christina Ricci.
Christina Ricci, if she gave you herpes, you'd be like, I don't care.
Yeah, but I think the issue would be is I would talk to my girlfriend.
Okay.
And be like, hey, like, are you cool with like having this too? Mm-hmm. And if she said no, then I wouldn't. Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't tell her. Yeah, I mean, no, I would no.
But then you'd owe her $20 million when you became Usher famous.
Well, that's the thing is like I don't ever think I'm ever gonna be famous.
Okay.
So like I just don't have to tell anybody about my herpes.
And then you have to give people $20.
Yeah, but here's $20.
Here's $20. This will get some cream for it.
Burn it off.
So you're saying you might just have sex with Usher knowing he has herpes, forget the $20 million.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Really?
It's Usher.
It's herpes.
So
Yeah.
Usher.
let it burn.
That's true. He was letting you know before it happened.
Yeah.
He was giving you clues. Confessions.
Yeah.
It's just every STD he has is the checklist.
It's fucked up. That'd be great if that's the way.
You got it. You got it. Babe.
You got it. You got the herpes.
Now you're all alone.
It itches a little. All right.
Fuck the sack.
All right. Now, Matt, do you eventually want kids?
I don't know yet.
Okay, because what there is a new thing, you know, like how women now have they have parties for everything. Well, now men want to get on it, and so now men, they're actually hosting now vasectomy parties.
Show yourself.
And it's called Snips, Chips, and Dips, where it is.
I don't think men get enough parties, so I'm all for this.
There's a picture,
you know?
as you can see over there. There's the two dudes drinking it up.
Oh, they look so happy to be there.
The one on the right is, because I think it's the first time someone's actually going to touch his
And
dick.
no one's going to fuck him. That's why he said. He's like, does this come with happy ending?
He's actually being fooled. It's like a dog that just think he's just going to the vet and he's getting neutered. He doesn't even know.
I would take birth control. I gained some weight to take male birth control, but I would never get a vasectomy.
Never get a vasectomy?
No, never have a party. These parties are making me sick. These gender reveal bullshits. They're all they're dumb. And I feel like the gender reveal parties have become more of a thing for a guy. It goes like, I'm going to hit a home run, and when I hit this ball, it's going to turn into blue because I'm going to have a fucking baby boy. I'm going to hit it.
And then it's pink, and then he cries.
He's like, I'm going to kick a soccer ball, then my kid's going to be gay. Like, who cares?
Alex, you're a huge fan of soccer playing boys, so defend them.
Ew.
What? No. What?
He just said soccer players are gay, and your answer to
All
that
of them?
Yeah, you know why? Because they're better looking than me and they're in shape.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
therefore, they're gay.
Yeah, that's the criteria.
If I'm intimidated by someone, he's gay.
I've actually said that to women. I'm like, do you understand? I am the best looking heterosexual male left.
They're so good looking.
Yeah,
I totally fuck one.
Oh my God.
What I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, I would have sex with him. Yeah. Alex is like, what did we get ourselves into?
I'm sorry.
Someone that I would actually let give me herpes is Charlize Theron. She's in a new movie this weekend, Atomic Blonde. It's getting great reviews. She kicks ass. She gets naked in it.
Dude, did you see like the behind the scenes of her doing like all the fight scenes?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, she's badass. She does it all herself, and she's like crazy. She's like flipping people and shit.
She's like the perfect woman.
It's amazing.
She's like 6 foot. I got to tell you, this is. A couple weeks ago, there was that Netflix series that was shooting in Pittsburgh. And I was a stand-in for that for 2 weeks.
That was like a while ago.
I know. It was like a year ago. Shut up.
Let's let it
Anyways,
go.
okay. Yeah. Whatever. Anyways, Usher's at the door. Anyways, she's an executive producer on the film. And one of the reasons why I agreed, I thought I'd be cool to do it, is I thought there was a minuscule chance that she would be on the set.
And she'd want to meet you?
Well, not even want to meet me. I don't even care if she meets me. Even if I'm like within like a foot of her while I'm getting something at the craft service table, would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, it turns out that she was just an executive producer on it in name only. Because one of the actors had the same thought I did. She says, hey, when do we get to meet Charlize Theron? And one of the lead actors is like, nah, she's not even part of this. They paid to use her name.
And then you're like, who the hell are you?
Yeah, and we were all just, that literally, I gotta tell you this story.
Oh, God.
So I was hanging out with the person that I was standing in for, the cool guy, actor out of LA, looks like me, so we were like kind of just sitting there. And we were walking in, and we see another of the lead actors. And so the lead actor comes up to him and says, hey, I know this is your last day. This, great working with you, and shakes the actor's hand. And the guy actually was in like Fight Club and all this other kind of movies that I'd seen. And he looks at me and he goes, I don't know who the hell you are, but good job meeting with you. It's just like, well, okay, I guess that's the nicest thing. That's the most honest thing you can say. That I don't know who the hell you are. You're just the guy wearing the same glasses. But thank you for working with him. All right, so Charlize Theron had some interesting comments. This is what I liked. Someone asked her, she goes, why aren't there more female-driven action movies? And she had the greatest line for him. She goes, audiences need to see more of them, and we'll make more of them. She goes, people sit there and say, oh, well, we should make them. She goes, I went up to executives all the time. She goes, I want to make this movie where this woman's a badass. And they're just like, well, we're not confident that people will see it. She goes, every Wonder Woman, if you want to see more Wonder Woman, see Wonder Woman. If you think that, you want to see more Atomic Blondes and you want to see me kick people's asses, then come and see them.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. I mean, exactly. But people saw it, and that's why
it was great.
They make more money. So I like that one. And the other thing that I liked is, one of the things I think is the biggest bullshit thing in the world is this quote-unquote gender gap, pay gap in Hollywood. It's true everywhere else, but in Hollywood, they have the power to negotiate. They just don't do it. That doesn't mean that there's like evil misogynists in Hollywood. It just means you have to negotiate more. So Charlize Theron talks about that when she was on The Huntsman, she demanded that she make as much money as Chris Hemsworth, and guess what happened?
She did.
Yeah. Because guess what? If you negotiate, you say, you're not going to get Charlize Theron.
It's sales.
Yeah, exactly. If you sit, like, I love that Jennifer Lawrence said, I didn't get paid as much as the other people on this movie that are meant. I'm like, then you should fire your agent.
Yeah.
Because if everyone knows what everyone else is making.
And also, he's Bradley fucking Cooper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference.
Yeah. And so, to me, Charlize Theron, good for Charlize Theron. And honestly, perfect. 6 foot, blonde. Perfect.
And a badass.
And a badass. So if there was a perfect woman for Mike Sasson that I would say could give me herpes, Charlize Theron, I'm looking right in the camera, you can give me herpes. Moving on, Taylor Swift, we were talking about Taylor Swift earlier.
Yeah.
This is, I think, one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. She's hanging out at her New York apartment. And there's paparazzi outside, which I always say to celebrities, if you don't want paparazzi outside your door, don't live in New York City. Like, go live in Youngstown, Ohio. Yeah. Go live in a suburb of Cleveland, and guess what? Paparazzi won't be around.
Yeah.
So to avoid them, she's putting herself in a box and having her handlers carry the box out. And so, like, the photographers think that, like, oh, they're just carrying a box out of Taylor Swift's apartment, but it's actually Taylor Swift.
6 months later, it's revealed that it's David Blaine. It's just like...
But to me, where does that come from where someone is willing, because they don't want their picture taken, saying, oh yeah, it's a good idea, put me in a box, throw me in the back of a van.
Is it really that bad to get your picture taken?
Are there holes in the box?
Hopefully they're not.
Breathe?
Hopefully they're not killing one of the biggest stars in the history of the world.
But like she just has to hold her breath for a little while.
Yeah.
Is it like a cardboard box?
Well, there's a picture of it. By the way, there's a picture of Taylor Swift that I used. I've never seen Taylor Swift hotter than that picture right there.
I think she looks like a deer.
I will tell you this.
Her face is definitely deer-like.
But look at her body.
I'm 5'5". That does nothing for me.
And then there's the box they carried around in. See that it's like a
I don't know how she's curled up in there.
Stupid.
And also, I feel bad for the people who have to carry that box. Imagine how heffy that is.
She weighs like 110 pounds.
Still, you're like carrying like basically dead body
So
weight.
then here's the thing though, like how does she go from being in the box, in the car,
I think they just keep her in there.
keep her in the fucking box
until she gets
until
wherever she's going.
Oh, I hope there's so much traffic. I hope it's awful.
And then she just gets hit in the face, and she comes out looking bruised.
30 car pile up on Times Square. She's just like, guys, are we there?
But then there's like another 9/11, and that's how she survives because she's in this box.
Oh man, if she was the sole survivor of 9/12, I would be so mad.
And then she writes 37 stories about it. Anyway, moving on. I just thought that was weird that she put her in a box. All right, NFL Twitter. Twitter came out with a list coming out because obviously NFL training camps start up this week. Me and Matt are insanely excited. Alex hates all sports. So, but okay, so NFL Twitter came out with, this was an interesting list of how many people gained after the NFL draft. So the number one rookie coming out before the draft came out was Deshaun Watson, and that worked because obviously he obviously had a big following because of being at Clemson and all that kind of stuff.
National
championship, all quarterback, all that other kind of good stuff. So one of the things that was interesting was he still stayed pretty high up in terms of the Twitter followers and all that other kind of good stuff. So he went from 499,000 to 633,000. But one of the people, and it shows the power of Steeler Nation, that grew from like almost not even in the top 10 to already number 6, TJ Watt.
No way.
TJ Watt.
You think he's hot?
No.
Okay, show the picture of TJ Watt, because here's the thing.
He's blonde.
One of the things that came out was he gained just on draft night 7,000 female followers.
Are you saying 7?
7,000.
What are you saying? 7? Okay.
7,000.
I heard 7 as well.
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck
I don't
that
know
is.
how to speak. This is why they fired me on radio. So there is TJ Watt. You're saying that's not an attractive man.
No.
You're not a big fan.
Nope.
Anyone wearing that
Nothing
jersey
for me.
could fucking give me herpes. Listen, that's just... I don't care who it is.
If you have that jersey
Shenley
on,
Park, let's
that's how many times he could fuck you. 90. That's
It's fine. I come every time.
and you sit there, you just start screaming. Here
we go,
Steelers.
Hey, I need that terrible towel. I'm done.
Here we go to the clinic. Here we go. That's where we are.
I'd be
All
like
right.
the offensive lineman.
All right.
I think we've done enough of those noises on the show today. I think we're good. You guys aren't very good at them.
Okay, we're too good at them.
Dad taught me.
All right, we're gonna end the show talking about this. This was an Alex special. She sent this to me. She goes, "We have to talk about this." Okay, a YouTube star. Obviously, we're internet radio stars, but this is a YouTube star named Lena Nursen, who is known as Lena the Plug.
Which,
I don't even know.
What the fuck kind of name is that?
I don't even know what that means.
Butt plug?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Lena,
That's the only thing that you think of.
Right.
yeah. Maybe is that a dog? Maybe she meant the pug, but the plug was all right. Whatever.
No.
She has 900,000 subscribers.
What the hell?
Yeah. Seriously.
I have 107.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you got to do shit like this, because this is. So she claims that she shares everything with her girlfriend. Everything with her girlfriend, and now that she's always talking about her boyfriend, she's taken pictures of his penis and said that, hey, this is my boyfriend's dick, and isn't it wonderful? So this is how close she is with her girlfriend. She goes, I share everything with my girlfriend, so I'm going to want my boyfriend to have sex with my girlfriend because I want to share his dick with my girlfriend. Now, Alex, is there any woman in your life that you would sit there and say, hey, you got to share my boyfriend's dick? You got to experience his dick action.
Yeah, it's called threesome. I don't understand why everyone was so mad about this. Everyone was like, what a disgrace. Why would you do this? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why is everyone so upset about threesomes now? When does that become a thing?
Okay, so it's different now. If he went to a different room and said, okay, it's just twosome in another room, would you have an issue with that?
Would I personally
Yeah.
or would them? No.
You.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You're not invited to the party.
No, it's okay.
You're okay.
I mean, like,
Do you have is there a friend in your life where you would share your boyfriend's dick with?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what kind of girl you are. And
Yeah.
I like that. That's why you're the producer extraordinaire. Now, is there a... There's no guy in your life that you would sit there and say, "Hey, share my girlfriend's vagina."
No, absolutely not, because it's probably better than me.
That's
That's the thing you have to be worried about. Like, I'm not as self-conscious. Like, I know her vagina's probably not going to be that much different.
See, to me, I think that's the difference between men and women. Women sit there and are kind of like, yeah.
You kind of got all the tools.
Yeah.
Ours are manufactured a little bit different.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
So So there's different sizes and different girths, but he's the hog father.
See, the thing I didn't like about this story is that they did it like stupidly. Like they were just such stupid catty bitches about it. They're like,
okay.
oh my god, we're gonna do this on camera and then we're gonna show you. And it was just to get more followers.
By the way, the dude looks like a guy who
He's so scary.
He's such a freaking like degenerate tattooed loser. And apparently,
what's up?
But God, I probably gave him just the biggest dick in the history of the world.
Oh yeah, those guys always have everything going for them except for money. Like they always they've got the tattoos, they got the grin, they got the Trans Am, they got the sexual abuse charges.
Yeah, they have everything. They have the 3 kids from 3 different women.
Yeah.
That they're not paying for any one of them.
No, because the women are too scared to report him.
Yep.
So he never pays it.
Yep.
He's living the dream.
He's living the dream with his giant dick, and his girlfriend wants to share it.
Damn it.
And you know what I want to share? I want to share this kid right here. Matt Light, thank you very much. Plug away. What are you going to be? Where are you going to be at? Where can they find you?
Oh, nobody cares.
Okay, that's Matt Light. Nobody cares about him. But you know who people do care about? Alex Clemens, producer extraordinaire, the best internet producer in the history of internet radio. What? My name's Mike Sasson. Thank you very much for listening. Keep listening to The River's Edge at www.riversedgepgh.com. Thank you again to everybody at Mr. Small's Theater. Thank you for Matt for simulating jerking me off. It made me feel large for at least 1 second. Next week, more comedians, more fun. I'm going to make Alex listen to Use Your Illusions now and more Guns N' Roses.
I might be back to the station.
I don't know. That's a little hint there. It's a little tease. It's the Mike Sasson Show. Thank you to everyone. Bye.